there, shipmate. Come along, have a little listen to Pirate Pete and the tale he's got to tell. Settle yourself down and get comfortable. We'll get started right now. It was time for Pirate Pete to buy himself a new ship, because my old ship had all these holes in it where all the cannonballs dropped on top. So he went sailing off to me deserted island where I keep some of my treasure chest buried. Spent all day long digging up all this treasure, putting in my little rowboat there and then rowing it back out to me big ship which was parked in the bay. At the end of the day there were just one treasure chest left to get, and it were the biggest chest of all. It were about this long, it were about this high, and it were about this wide, and it were filled to the brim with gold and silver and precious jewels. No sooner had I lifted it up out of the hole and set it up on the sand, I heard a strange noise coming towards me from the horizon, and it sounded a little bit like a... Can you make that noise? Oh, that's enough! Whoa, it scares me to hear that noise again. At the time I had me old shipmate Charlie the cockatoo sitting on me shoulder. I says, "Oi, Charlie, what's that strange noise?" And do you know what Charlie the cockatoo said to me? He says, "Squawk!" And you know what that means? Oh, that means shiver me timbers, Pirate Pete. There's some mosquitoes coming towards us from the horizon, he says, but they're not ordinary mosquitoes, Pirate Pete. He says they're giant mosquitoes. He says they're as big as elephants. Have you ever seen a mosquito as big as an elephant? Well, some of us has, and it's a scary sight to see. So I says to Charlie, I says, oh Charlie, what are we going to do?" And do you know what Charlie the cockatoo said then? He says, "Squawk!" And you know what that means? Well, that means shiver me timbers, Pirate Pete. All we have to do is take the treasure out of this treasure chest. We can throw it on the sand, jump inside the treasure chest, pull the lid down with a click, and we'll be safe inside there, and those old mozzies won't be able to get us. I thinks to myself, now that's a jolly good idea. So quick as a flash, I scooped up me treasure, I flung it on the sand, jumped inside me treasure chest, I pulled the lid down, and it went click, clunk. I thought, oh no. I didn't mind the click so much, but the clunk told me I'd locked myself inside the treasure chest. Well, how was I going to get out of this one? Before I had a chance to even think about it, this first mosquito came and landed right next to my chest. Now, we've got a thing on our face here called a hose, don't we? We've got a thing on our face called a nose, don't we? Yeah, but a mosquito doesn't have one of them. He's got one of these long tube-like things that's called a proboscis, and that's what he feeds through. Now this first mosquito, he punched a hole in the top of me treasure chest with his proboscis, and it came inside looking for me for a feed. And he made a noise, a little bit like a vacuum cleaner. Can you make that noise? But oh, that's enough! Whoa! Scares me to hear that noise again. Quick as a flash, I grabs me sword, and with the handle of me sword I went bang, bang, bang on the roof, and I bent his nose up flat like that, so he couldn't bite me and he couldn't pull his nose out of the treasure chest. And I thinks to myself, phew, I'm safe now. No sooner had I said that, when another mosquito came along. He punched a hole in the top of me treasure chest, and he came in making that dreadful noise again. Oh no, don't make that noise again. That scares me. Quick as a flash, I grabbed my sword and I went bang, bang, bang on the roof. And I bent his nose up flat like that, so he couldn't bite me and he couldn't pull his nose out of the treasure chest. Then another mosquito came along and punched a hole. And another mosquito punched a hole. And another one. And another one. And another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. I went bang, 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 bang. And eventually mosquitoes stuck. There was 12 mosquitoes stuck to the... there was a whole lot of mosquitoes stuck to the lid of me treasure chest, there were. Then they started to flap their wings. Can you flap your wings? And they flapped them faster and 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 faster. They flapped their wings so fast the treasure chest lifted up off the ground and went sailing off into the sky. Well, I puts me good eye up to the keyhole and I has a little look out. I could see all me treasure lying on the sand down there. I could see the waves breaking on the beach. And out there in the bay, I saw me good ship called the Buccaneer, with all me jolly crew on board, and I thought I'd never get to see them again. But fortunately for me, those old mozzies started to get tired. And as they got tired, the treasure chest got lower and lower and lower. And I looks out through the keyhole and I says, shiver me timbers, Charlie, we're going down again. Yeah. Oh. It looks like we're heading for the drink. Oh no! It looks like we're going to have a bath! And you know what Charlie the cockatoo said then? He says, I don't like baths! And I says, I don't like baths either, Charlie, but there's nothing I can do about it. So down and down and down we went, and then we landed with a great big thud. Well, that's a bit strange, isn't it? Because if you land in the water, you'd land with a splash. That's right. But you see, these old mosquitoes, they didn't like taking baths either. So they looked for somewhere dry to land. And they landed right on the deck of me very own ship called the Buccaneer. I looks out through the keyhole. I could see I was on my own ship again. I says, come on, shipmates, get up here and set me free. But those old mosquitoes, those old pirates, wouldn't come anywhere near those old mosquitoes. Until, of course, those mozzies were so tired, one by one, they put their little heads down and they went sound asleep and started into snoring. Can you snore? And when they was all asleep, I yells out to me crew, I says, come on shipmates, now's your chance, get up here and set me free. Up they came, tiptoed across the deck, opened up the treasure chest, and Pirate Pete and Charlie were set free again. But we still had two problems left to solve. We had two problems left to solve. How many's two? We had two problems left to solve. Me treasure was still over on the island, and I had all these giant mosquitoes on the deck of my ship. So you know what I did? I went up to the first mozzie, woke him up, and I says, look here, shipmate, you can stay stuck to my treasure chest forever if you like, or you can do me a little favour and I'll set you free. All you has to do is fly over to me island, bring back all me lovely treasure, I'll straighten up all your noses, and then you'll all be free to go. And those old mozzies thought that was a jolly good idea. And that's exactly what happened. Flew over to the island, brought back all me lovely treasure, I straightened up all their noses, and then those old mozzies flew off over the horizon and was never seen again. And that's the end of my story, shipmate. We'll see you next time.